RNC Chairman Michael Whatley. Sir, thanks so much for joining us. An exciting week for the RNC. What does this say about the state of the Republican Party?
Well, I think it says that we are strong. I think that this is Donald Trump's party right now. He has done a fantastic job over the last 9 years of truly remaking this party into a party of working class Americans. And we saw working class Americans on Tuesday react to his message saying that he is going to fight for them every single day. He's going to restore our southern border, rebuild our economy, and ensure that we are strong enough on the world stage to protect our interests at home and abroad.
And we know that Trump is now building out his cabinet. We see Elise Stefanik, Lee Zeldin, we see Tom Homan as the new border czar, and now we're expecting Florida Senator Marco Rubio to be named Secretary of State, as well as Michael Waltz as National Security Advisor. What do you make of his choices so far?
Well, I think they're very strong choices, and they show his commitment to the promises that he made during the course of the campaign. Promises made, promises kept is not a campaign slogan. It is how Donald Trump operates, and we're already seeing the fact that he is putting the people in place to be able to implement the promises that he made during the campaign.
Now with the majority in the House, the Senate, and of course, a Republican in the White House, 2025 is a time for Republicans to get things done. And of course, what Donald Trump wants to get done, now having the House and Senate being in Republican control, that makes it a little easier. Talk to us about the difference between this time compared to 2016, 2017.
Well, the fact is he has 4 years of experience in the White House. He knows the levers that need to be pulled. He knows the relationships with the House and the Senate are going to be strong. We need the House and the Senate to be able to advance his agenda. But he is coming in with a much better transition team, and he's ready to go on day one. He's going to have the people in place on day one to be able to move forward with this agenda.
And of course, a positive of now taking the majority in the Senate is now choosing a new Senate majority leader. Several big names obviously being thrown around. Do you see Donald Trump staying out of this one?
The key for Donald Trump is that whoever wins this race, whoever is going to be the leader in the Senate, is going to work with J.D. Vance, is going to work with him, and is going to make sure that we get the nominations confirmed for all of his key positions, and that then we can move forward enacting and implementing the agenda that he set forward during the campaign, which really is going to go back to getting the economy back on track, making sure that we are going to restore the southern border, and ensuring that we're going to be strong enough on the world stage to protect our interests.
Yeah. Chairman, the rhetoric a few years ago was that the Republican Party was divided, and now it just seems that the tables have turned when you look at the Democratic Party and you look at groups of people who voted for Donald Trump and voted for these senators and members of the House. How do you assure that this continues through the midterms and after Trump's term with the Republican Party?
Well, Donald Trump just won a common sense mandate for America. And what we saw right now is a record number of blacks, Hispanics, Asian Americans that have come across in a seismic shift to support him. We saw support among Jewish voters that is absolutely through the roof. He did better among women than either Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. So, you know, we're in a position right now that he has a mandate to go forward, but it's a mandate to continue to fight every day for the American people.
Yeah, you just mentioned something that's very interesting. The Republican Party looks a lot different this year than it has in years past. Historically, you mentioned he got, record numbers with the Latino vote, the black vote, more women leaning towards voting with Donald Trump and aligning themselves with his policies. He got a lot of the young vote as well. Why do you think we're seeing this shift?
Well, we're seeing this shift because Donald Trump campaigned for the last 4 years by saying that he is going to fight for every American family. Every American family was affected by the inflation that we've experienced over the last 4 years, the rising grocery prices, gasoline prices, and housing prices. Every American community has been affected by illegal immigration and the scourge of fentanyl and migrant crime. And every American family has been horrified by what we see in the Middle East right now with the attacks that we're experiencing on Israel. So really, truly, it is coming at those issues that the American voters identified as the issues they wanted to see addressed. We don't think that Kamala Harris did a very good job of addressing those issues. All she did was dress down the American voters, calling them garbage, calling the women who support Donald Trump weak and stupid. Mm-hmm. You know, these are the things that really, truly divided the country. Donald Trump is the only one who sought to unite the country throughout the course of this campaign.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.